Hi, it's Chris Watkin here from the estate agents charity Agents Together, who help estate agents in the UK with healthy mind and healthy business. And in today's Winning Ways videos, I'm here with Ben Brain, who is a successful estate agent in Derbyshire. And I would like you to give 3 top tips on how to recruit great estate agency teams. Talk to me, Ben.
Okay, Chris. So here's 3 top tips based on my own experience. The first starts with the advert. Now, what I see from a lot of estate agency job adverts is it's all about, this is what we're looking for, these are the qualities you need to have, these are the attributes you need to have. But for me, this is a real opportunity to sell the business. If you want great candidates, you've got to sell the business to them. It's not about telling them what you're looking for. So the job advert is a chance to talk about your mission, your values, your successes, where you're heading, and what's in it for the candidate. And if you can do that properly, and I think especially now after people have had a real chance to step back and reflect during lockdown about what's important to them, I think we're going to see a lot more people who are more purpose driven and are looking for jobs where they feel they can make a real difference at the sacrifice of maybe getting a higher wage somewhere else where the future prospects don't look as good, where they're not all bought into a mission and a similar set of core values. So that's tip number 1, is use that job advert to really sell the business, to get good candidates interested in what you've got to the offer. The second top tip would be around the interview stage. First of all, I think it's important that you have a system with regards to your recruitment, as with most aspects of business, because a poor system is better than no system, because at least you can work on improving it. But once you get to that stage where you're sat down with the candidates and you're interviewing them, I'm sure everybody watching this video can relate to the fact that people who come across great in the interview turn out to be poor in the working environment, and people who give poor interviews turn out to be great. So you can never really take what somebody's saying as truth. You never know how they're going to turn out until they're actually in the position in that business. So it's always a gamble. So for me, part of that interview experience again is just continuing that selling of the vision, and the way I would always used to do it, to get people really fired up and interested, and to show that we're different, because this won't have been something that they'll have experienced with other estate agents, is to start off by saying, look, this is our 1-page plan. This is the mission that we're all on. These are our company values, so this is how we behave, and this is how everybody holds ourselves to account. These are our USPs, so this is how we differ from every other estate agency, and this is where we want you to be a part of that. And if you get that right, this is what the future looks for everybody else in the business, and you have the opportunity to be a part of that. So when they are walking away from that interview, I found out a little bit about them. I've got a good gut feeling with regards to whether they're going to be good or not, but they're thinking, this is an estate agency that I want to be a part of. If Smith & Co down the road have offered me £5,000 more, well, that's all right for the next year. But if I'm thinking 5 years, 10 years down the line, this is the place that I need to be. So that's tip number 2. Again, when you're in that interview situation, sell the vision and sell the dream. The important thing is, after that, when they do come on board, you've got to sell it with integrity. So now it's your responsibility as the business owner to live that dream. You can't sell them a false dream, because that'll be no good for your reputation, and they'll end up being disappointed and disheartened. And my third top tip, which is one that probably people have heard very often, is hire for attitude over aptitude. Because for me, somebody who may not be as experienced or knowledgeable, or might not have been in a estate agency for too long, but has that growth mindset. They want to progress, they want to better themselves, they're ready to listen and to learn and take on new challenges and push themselves out of the comfort zone, will run rings around somebody who's been in the industry for 20 years, thinks they know everything, perhaps doesn't really fit in with the core values of the business. And I can think of 5 or 6 people off the top of my head in the past where we've hired them because they've had senior positions in other businesses. You felt in the interview stage, your gut feeling says, these guys have had a lot of success in the past, they know a lot, I don't think they're going to fit in here. And then 6, 7, 8 weeks down the line, maybe a little bit longer, lo and behold, they end up leaving the business. So it's a hard lesson to really practice in real life, but go for attitude over aptitude.
What's your thoughts? There's been some talk over the summer of 2020 of employing people who are not estate agents.
I think that's good. I think it's good to have a mix, because as the leader, it's not your job to have all the ideas. Some of our best ideas come from members of the team. And when you bring people in who have not been in that estate agency environment before,
because they could have bad bad habits, couldn't they?
Absolutely. You get fresh perspectives, you get new ideas, and they might not always be good ideas, but I can't remember who said it. One of the business gurus is the person that has the best idea is the one that has the most ideas. So the most ideas you can get out of your team and your individuals, the more great things you're going to be able to do to the business, and they're really going to buy into it and feel like they're a part of growing the business as well.
Going back to the adverts, there's some school of thoughts that actually say that you should actually be trying to get members of staff 2 or 3 years before you actually need them and tickle them and bring them on board. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts, in an ideal world, that is a brilliant strategy to almost like a lead generation funnel, to be nurturing potential prospects. So when the job opportunity arises, you've got people you can bring in straight away. However, as we've already talked about in previous videos, there's a time commitment there. It's not something I've been able to do. It's something that's been on my list of I wish I could do's, but we're not really in a need for any positions at the moment, and we've got a pretty good reputation. We don't usually find it hard to bring on people.
So you haven't got a position now, but you might have in 2 years'
Absolutely,
time.
yeah. So when that position does come up, if I've got a bank of people that I've been speaking to and engaging with and just dropping in how's it going messages for the last 6 months, 12 months, they're already going to know about us. They're already going to know about the mission.
I'd like to work for that guy because he cares more than. It's a bit like trying to take a vendor off an agent, another agent. If you talk to them more than the existing agent,
chances are you're going to win the business, definitely. But again, it needs a system and it needs the time to be able to commit to.
But it comes back to the previous Winning Ways video that we had. It all comes down to time. Time is the killer. And I think if we can, as bosses, can remove ourselves away from the business as much as we can, then it gives us time to do these sort of things.
Absolutely, definitely.
I'd like to say thank you for your time today, Ben.
I know, I've really enjoyed it, Chris. Great talking with you.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you next week on the next Winning Ways video, where we'll be talking to Ben again about some other interesting topics to help you guys out there in the estate agency and letting agency land in the UK. Thank you.